My goat monkey deadbeat dragon is one of the strongest in One Piece.
That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT! But wait! There's more!
Dragon and Garp, father and son, have a conversation in the same room, a prison cell. They put my goat, monkey deadbeat dragon, in jail. When you take both Garp and especially Dragon's action throughout God Valley in context, this meeting reveals the roles both of them will play in the final war.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Due to disobeying his commanding officer, Dragon is sent to jail. If he wasn't the son of the hero Garp, I am certain bro would have been killed instantly. After his conversation with Sengoku, Garp goes to visit Dragon. Similar to how Garp trained his grandkids to join Marines eventually, he likely did the same to his kid Dragon. Unlike Luffy and Ace though, who had the free hearts of a pirate, Dragon drank the Marine Kool-Aid. However, in one of his first training exercises, he was sent on a G-word mission. He found out that the Marines don't serve the weak or the people, but instead they are there to serve the whims of the super elite celestial dragons. To be a Marine is to help and save the weak. In Dragon's eyes, this mission meant going against the government now, because at the core, they are the ones the world must be saved from. He is so grossed out that he doesn't believe in internal reform like Sengoku or Garp. He wants to quit right now. Garp understands this decision. He feels so embarrassed that he brought his son into this situation that he can't even say anything other than okay like a freaking bot. The relationship between father and son really dies when Dragon asks if Garp is quitting after seeing Imu and the truth about the government. When he gets no reply from Garp, he screams that he despises his father. Dragon views it as cowardice. But from Garp's perspective, he feels responsible for his men, the Marines under him. If he goes rogue, who will protect them against the devil? While Dragon has no stake at the Marines currently, only family to Dragon there is Garp, whom he despises. Following his father's teachings so far made him go down a path where he shot at civilians, being tricked. He wasn't strong enough to even protect 2 babies in God Valley, with whom he staked his entire redemption on. The only path forward after his moral injury and realizing how small and weak he really is compared to the world, Dragon must abandon the Marine path to become stronger. Working for the Marines is like being in the government's filth. Garp and Sengoku might have less filth on them as they are just in the pit trying to save the others and not playing in it, but they are still living with and in filth. Dragon wants no part in this. He wants to destroy that entire pit. This time in prison is really one of the most defining moments for Dragon, honestly. Like, he started to realize what he wants to do in the future to help the people. This is when the revolutionary Dragon enters the chat as the beta cuck Marine of Imu quits. Garp has 0 arguments against his son choosing this path because deep down he knows Dragon is right, so he throws him a key so Dragon can escape. Honestly, most revolutionary leaders who changed the elite system of their nation or country or their world spent time in prison, like Fidel Castro, Sukarno, Gandhi, even Dominic Mysterio, the strongest of them all to be honest. They all were sent to prison, coming out with their will strengthened like never before. Dragon just had a similar glow up. Bro, imagine the will strengthening, the haki strengthening this has done to Dragon. This legendary moment, he might be the strongest, bro. First up, I want to talk about the possibility of Dragon having a Logia fruit, specifically the Wind Logia Kazekaze no Mi. The first ever time we Dragon having a Logia fruit, specifically the Wind Logia Kazekaze no Mi. The first ever time we meet Dragon is in episode 100. He is literally manipulating the wind, like the gust changes color to green. That's deadbeat color right there. He used this power to save Luffy from being killed before his journey even began. Furthermore, Logia type devil fruits are the god haki embodiment of natural elements. If you want to know more, watch the god haki video. We have seen ice, fire, magma, smoke, most of the basic attributes of nature, except anything to do with the wind, which should be on top of the list if I'm being for real here, because the Fire Nation does not exist in the One Piece world. They would have never attacked. Even the fact of Dragon being a revolutionary works in his favor, as he blows down corrupt regimes regimes like in Kuma's Sorbet Kingdom, or the literal idea of the winds of change blowing his way. That's the natural function of wind. It brings change to the environment, new pollen or new clouds, all of that. And Dragon's function as a revolutionary is to bring change to the world order. Plus, with One Piece coming to an end very soon, as we are in the final saga, the Wind Logia being possessed by a top tier like my goat Dragon just makes a lot of sense. However, there is a slight issue with this, because not only have we seen Dragon using wind, but also controlling lightning, as it was not the wind but thunder that broke the execution platform to save Luffy in Logtown. And in the new opening, we see a recreation of that scene, which makes it pretty clear that Dragon influenced that strike. Logia Devil Fruits seem to be a very one-dimensional power when compared to other fruit types. Ace's fire fruit just turns him into fire and burn things. Similarly, the wind would only allow Dragon to become wind and control slight gusts, maybe at most create tornadoes or hurricanes. The lightning and rain, which comes due to the influence of the winds changing, can't be controlled by the Wind Logia user, but Dragon had a precise lightning strike on the platform. So instead, a more likely fruit for Dragon is a storm or weather paramecia. This fruit would not only let Dragon manipulate wind, but thunder and rain as well. Furthermore, the winds didn't just come out of nowhere when Dragon arrived in Logtown, but he brought a storm. The literal sky turned gray, accompanied by rain soon after. Plus, bro was using lightning strikes to aura farm. Now, out of all the different fruit types, Dragon is most likely a zone type user, specifically a mythical zone, the rarest of them all. First of these is the mythical fish fruit model Shenlong. This is the Chinese storm or rain dragon. Just like his name, Mr. Deadbeat becomes a literal dragon. Furthermore, the name Shenlong literally translates to divine or celestial dragon. Oda could be using this reveal as a hint towards Luffy's lineage, because as we all know, Dawn Island, from which both Dragon and Luffy come from, is very close with the celestial dragon Saint Jalmak and his family. So close in fact that they even left the Red Line to pay this place a visit 12 years ago. With this in mind, and the coincidence of Garp joining the Marines and becoming their lapdog right after Dragon's birth, it all hints that something darker was at play which forced him to join. Even Rox mentions how Garp is basically a pirate masquerading as a Marine. Perhaps with a parent's biggest weakness being their children, Garp joined the Marines to keep his boy Dragon safe from the celestial clutches. That's why, even as a recruit, Dragon was chosen to take part in this so important God Valley mission. Due to his celestial lineage, Dragon even came back to Goa Kingdom right as Jalmak paid a visit. This is how he witnessed the burning of Great Terminal and saved Savo with his wind powers. The dragon Shenlong is also often referred to as a god of the rain, and he is the patron of agriculture, but I will delve deeper into this in just a bit. Shenlong even belongs to the same family of dragons as Qinlong, the dragon of the east, and where is Dragon always looking? He's looking east!
Coincidence? I think not! Oh my god! Wow!
We need to talk about my personal favorite dragon fruit theory, Amaru, which is also the perfect chance for me to explain how Dragon likely has the Rain God fruit in One Piece. This is a class of fruits in the One Piece world where they aren't just mythical zones, but the embodiment of godlike figures who existed in the past, like Luffy's Nika. We don't have much to go on, as the only mention of a rain god was in chapter 287 in Skypiea, but since the Harley text confirmed the earth god and the forest god, plus Luffy being the literal sun god, it's only a matter of time before we learn more about the rain god who controls the weather and storms of the world, with Dragon having eaten the god fruit associated with it, as he has become the storm of this era. Then there is Bro appearing in Logtown with the rain, like this man's first intro was in the rain. Holy, yo, wait, hold on. I just realized something, yeah? You know how Harold just made his way to Marineford. Garp gave Dragon the key. Dragon is being held in Marineford in like the basement prison or whatever, right? So when Dragon escapes, how is he gonna get out of Marineford? By getting on Harold's ship. So Dragon might literally go to Elbaf and train in Elbaf, and Loki's gonna be like, oh my god, you're Monkey D. Luffy? You're Monkey D. Dragon's son? Oh my god, like I never won a battle against Monkey D. Dragon. We trained together in Elbaf like 30 years ago, bro. Imagine that happens. And we learned that Dragon is the strongest in all of One Piece.